What's crack-a-lacking, guys? I'm a Dark Quack here, and welcome back to another episode on our 0 to 1 million coin guide. Now, before we jump into the video, I just want to apologise that we have not been uploading on this series for so long now. There's just been a lot of things coming up and a lot of things that I needed to do, but hopefully we can get back to a little bit more regularity and keep these videos pumping a bit more. So to catch up on where we left off, we are currently sitting on 127,000 coins, and with that there is still some things that I need to talk about that I did do this week to show you guys. And we do have all of these players that we picked up in advance for the La Liga SBC that we are ready to sell when it drops. We've pretty much, apart from the big teams, actually completed these leagues in advance. And as you can see, we have got a ton of players ready to go. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 odd pages of them. So we have got a couple of 100,000 coins, I'm hoping, at least there. And we're barely any episodes into this series, so we're flying right now. So, what you guys have missed in the last week, we had a marquee matchups coming out, and Rangers against Celtic, the Old Firm derby, was one of the predictions. Now, I picked up a ton of these players for between 200 to about 300 coins at most. As you can see, some of them didn't sell, and that's fine. I don't mind holding on to a few of them before the event, but we sold most of them in hype. Now, the Celtic players, you can see we got somewhere between 800 and 900 coins for them. The couple of Hibs players we bought up for the Hibs Hearts game went for about 550. The Rangers players, though, we were making about 1,300 coins off each one of those cards. So they were absolutely massive for us. And that's what gave us about that 40,000 coins profit from just that alone. We're going to relist those guys now as well, which was just absolutely crazy. It was such a good little investment. Something that took me 5 minutes to do made us about 30,000 coins and pushed our coin total up just that little bit higher. Now, as you guys know, the Path to Glory promo is currently out, and there's so many potential investments we could have done around this. We could have picked up 83s, 84s, we could have been sniping Path to Glory players, but what we're going to focus on in this episode, and we're not going to spend too long on it because I want to keep these videos a bit shorter because you guys have said they get a little bit long, but what we're going to talk about are the Team of the Week potential candidates. Now, most of these players have already risen significantly in price, and that's exactly what you'd expect. If a player is likely to get a Team of the Week, then they're going to rise in price because demand is going to rise, investors are going to start picking them up, and that's what's going to cause it to kind of just go through the roof a little bit. But someone that people aren't talking about that I believe has a great chance is Carvajal. Now, Real Madrid won 2-1 on the weekend. He didn't keep a clean sheet. He didn't score. They're the negatives. The positives, he got the best rating in the match. So technically he was the best player on the pitch. If we ignore Ronaldo's 2 goals, then that just makes him even more significantly above everyone else. He picked up an assist in the match as well. And he's part of the new Path to Glory batch, so EA are going to have that little bit of favoritism on him. Now, I want to pick this guy up for around 50k, so buying him here for 51k, if I wasn't talking for so long, probably would have worked. But picking this guy up for 52k, and then picking another one up there for 52.5k is something that I'm very happy to do. Now, I've made another video talking about these guys, but I'm just going to explain the logic behind this. Even if he doesn't make it, and we're completely wrong, and he's not in anyone else's predictions, then there's still a Path to Glory promo going on for the SBC. So these cards, every single one of these Path to Glory cards, are still going to hold enough value for us to resell him. Even if he drops about 20% down to about, say, 42k, we're going to make about 20k loss, but the potential gain that we can make from it is just so massive that it is completely worth doing it in my eyes anyway. We're just going to pick up the 2 cards for him. We're not going to bother selling anything to get more or anything crazy like that. And then come Wednesday when the Team of the Week's released, we'll know whether or not we're going to make profit or if we decide to sell in the hype, obviously. And then we can invest those cards, those coins elsewhere into something a bit bigger. Now, the 23,600 coins we've got left, we're going to start looking at what's coming up at the end of the week. We're going to start looking at St. Patrick's Day and the possible SBCs that could drop there. Now, the majority of people are following exactly what happened last year, and they're just thinking, Republic of Ireland, gold, how much can we get them for? We're easily going to get them for 2k plus. Let's say like 1,400, 1,500 is the cheapest we can get these guys for. I would have taken that, actually. But what people aren't thinking about is the other potential. So St. Patrick's Day is celebrated across Ireland, not just the Republic of Ireland, though. Northern Ireland also takes part in these celebrations. And there are tons of these guys we can pick up for 700 coins at the moment. And that's exactly what we're going to spend our coins on right here. We're just going to come through here. You know what? We probably could just bid on these guys. I'm probably being a little bit lazy buying them all now. We're going to bid on... Oh, there's so few, though. There's so few, and it's just such a small saving. No, screw it. We're just going to buy it. I know it's a little bit reckless, and if you guys are following along or fancy taking this gamble, then bid on them. 400, 500, 600 coins. Even if you're saving 100 coin a player, then you're still making quite a big saving along the way. This is more for time issues and the fact that I don't have quite as long to spend on this account as I'd like at the moment. I can't go through bidding and doing all of that kind of stuff to just maximize the coin value. But like I was saying before, if Republic of Ireland players are going to be worth a ton and they're going to be needed, why wouldn't EA change it up and include Republic of Ireland players as well? They're just as important. They celebrate it just the same way. It just makes too much sense to not take this gamble. If they're not included, then hey, the majority of these players are Premier League players, and we're still awaiting a Premier League SBC. So it's a kind of a double-ended investment. If we get it wrong and we don't need them and the prices drop a little bit, that's fine. We'll just hold on to these West Brom / Southampton players until the Premier League SBC drops, and then we'll sell them all on then when there's a massive demand for them once more and we can make ourselves a nice chunk of money. We're going to send everyone to the transfer list at the moment. Let me just refresh it and see if we can get a couple more here. We want to do that. There's at least one more. Wait, have we not bought these guys already? I swear we just bought like everyone that was available, or I must have like skipped a page or something. But that's fine. Let's just buy all these ones that are up to 700 at the moment. We probably could have set ourselves a 650 having a look at this here. That takes all of our coins away. But that has not only prepared us with some Team of the Week investments that if don't come in, we can sell on and then reinvest those coins. It also provides us with an investment for St. Patrick's Day that doubles up as a Premier League investment if all else fails. And seeing as we're already prepared for La Liga, we now have a backup investment if it were the Premier League that dropped. Now the last thing that I want to cover in this video, and it's only 7 minutes, it's not been too long, is stuff like this. When SBCs come out, marquee matchups or whatever, we're going to have a ton of players in our club most of the time that are either investments for marquee matchups, investments for like league SBCs or something else along the line. So when something with a 50k pack comes up, we can quite literally jump into our club, search for Spanish goalkeepers, and then we could just sell them all. Use them all. We spent barely anything picking these guys up. So it absolutely doesn't hurt us to throw them into an SBC here. We can use them for a investment, obviously, for La Liga. Wow, I really don't have enough gold rare players in this club, do I? We can could obviously, should I say, save them for when the La Liga SBC drops. But we can just submit them now. There's nothing stopping us doing that. And it kind of makes sense to do it because we're going to get ourselves a 50k pack for it. I'm hoping, anyway. I'm hoping we have enough players to actually somehow get this completed. We're not going to hit the chemistry of 100, are we? We are going to have to buy a couple of players to complete this. I really thought we were going to have enough here. We are going to have to buy a striker, most likely, and maybe a centre-back and a centre-mid as well. But that's absolutely fine. That's barely any coins spent. We're getting 750 coins back and a 50k pack as well. And with Path to Glory players and packs at the moment, we have a small chance of getting something. So the risk is well below the possible reward from this. So let me just quickly grab a couple of coins, grab those last few players we need, and then complete that SBC. Okay then guys, so we have got the last few players that we needed. It involved selling a couple of things from our club that weren't La Liga and then discarding a few silver players that didn't really have any use apart from being discarded. Now while I was doing it, I actually found a pretty successful trading method that we made quite a few coins off at. Well, I say quite a few, like 1,500 or something like that. I was searching like this just to find the players, to get rid of all the non-rares and just find the rare golds. So I put it to Spanish Gold, La Liga, and then the position I needed. Then just scrolling to the end. And now this is the super tedious bit. Just getting all the way to the end. I found if you popped up to 1,100 away from that 1,000 coin mark, it made it a lot quicker to get to the end. And then effectively, the Spanish players at the moment, because it's one of the most popular leagues, hence it's going to be used a lot, popular nationality, sorry. So it's going to be used a lot for this SBC. These players go for about 2k plus. I just missed one there that I just went straight past stupidly. The centre midfielders and the strikers, as well as the centre backs as well, they were all just going for silly money. And we just missed him again. What was wrong with us? So like this guy here, it's been up for a while, but if we compare his price, you can see that we might lose this guy because I'm comparing it, but you can see that the cheapest one is 1700 coins. So we could sell him on for 1600 coins. He has gone, obviously. But I just wanted to show you guys how the method works. And it's just a case of refreshing that filter and constantly going through, seeing what you can pick up. The bonus is, if you get anyone for about 1,000 coins, then you can easily make about 1,000 coins on them for each card that you're winning. So it just shows the potential that's there in the long term to use something like this. And you're not limited to Spain, obviously. There's a lot of other nations that do use, well, are highly usable, such as Brazil, such as Argentina, such as Germany, France. All of those countries are usable in this SBC. It's just a case of how lucky you get with finding these players. Centre-backs, as you saw there were a whole ton of them. So I might try lowering that to 1,000 and just seeing if it clogs up the search. So many people seem to be listing non-rare golds for 1,000 coins. It just adds pages and pages. We'll get to the end here, just see if we get lucky. If not, then we'll just jump into the 50k pack. But if you guys are following along with this guide, just because I don't have time to do this and I don't have time to sit here on this account in particular and use this method, it doesn't mean that you guys can't. Change up the nation, change up the filters, try some things different, work out roughly what they sell for before you start buying them. But as you can see, a few things from our club here that we did sell, as well as this guy who we got for 1,000 coins and went for 1,500 instantly, and then this guy was in our club anyway, so ignore that part. Anyway, let's open the pack before we end the episode. So, just to clarify what we have done, we talked about marquee matchups and showed you guys what I had done. We do need to make some more marquee matchup investments, but I decided that the Path to Glory players were a better shout at the moment. We picked up some Northern Ireland players for the potential St. Patrick's Day event. We're thinking outside the box. We're thinking what everybody else isn't at the moment. We've done an SBC using previous investments, so our coin management there is fantastic. And by doing this, we found ourselves a new trading filter that we could use. In the pack, we do get a board. We do get Spanish. It's never good when it's Spanish. Unless it's David Silva's 89 rated card. Woo! I think he's like 60k or something. That just goes to show how profitable these SBCs can do. I'm just loading up to see how much he is. 44k for an 89 rated player. Damn, that's way too cheap. But I'm still not complaining at 44,000 coins from just one SBC. I was going to say, are we going to get anything else in the pack? The rest of the pack is pretty much just trash. But that is no problem. Obviously, I'm going to list everybody up here. I'm not sure I'm going to sell silver quite yet. I might do, and then we could pick up another copy of Carvajal, possibly, once everything is sold, or I might just pick up some more Northern Ireland players. But the video is probably about 10 minutes in length now, and that's what you guys said you wanted me to keep it to, so I'm going to try and keep these short and sweet. Anyway, guys, if you are enjoying the series, and a lot of you have messaged me saying that you've been making some crazy coins, you've had some stupid pack pulls that I'm so jealous of, and you're just flying at the moment, then make sure you drop a like, because it's hugely appreciated. Follow me on Twitter, join our Discord, subscribe if you're new around here. But the main thing is, thank you so much for your continued support, and thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.